Piero Barone said this before collapsing backstage, and fans can't stop crying. It happened on a night that was supposed to be like every other on tour. The lights were still blinding, the applause still shaking the floor, and the energy of thousands still clung to the air like static. But behind the curtain, where the music faded and only reality remained, something shifted. Piero had poured everything into that performance. Every high note, every breath, every emotion he could summon from the deepest corner of his heart. The audience had felt it. Their cheers formed a tidal wave of love that washed over Il Volo again and again. But when the curtain dropped and the stage went dark, Piero didn't move. He stood there, frozen, one hand gripping the rail, his chest rising too quickly, his eyes unfocused. "I just need a moment," he whispered, not to anyone in particular, almost like he was fighting with himself. The crew didn't panic at first. Il Volo had been living on a tour bus, sleeping in hotels, waking up in one country and performing in another. Exhaustion was normal. Strain was normal. But something about Piero's stillness wasn't. Gianluca's voice echoed through the narrow hallway. "Piero? You good, brother?" Piero blinked slowly. His smile tried to appear, thin, weak, trembling at the edges. "I'm fine. Just pushed too hard tonight." But his voice, it wasn't the confident, rich tone fans adored. It was a whisper that sounded like it was breaking. Ignazio stepped closer, brows pulled tight. "You sure?" Piero nodded, even though his legs looked like they were debating whether to hold him upright. The audience outside was still chanting for an encore. The crew was rushing, adrenaline high. Everyone was preparing for the next cue. Piero took one step toward the stage, just one, and that's when everything shattered. The microphone slipped from his hand. The metallic crash echoed through backstage like a gunshot. Gianluca and Ignazio froze. Before anyone could react, Piero's knees buckled. His body folded in slow motion, collapsing to the floor. "Piero!" Ignazio yelled, sprinting forward. Chaos exploded. Crew members ran in every direction. A medic was called. People shouted for water, for help, for space. The atmosphere shifted from triumph to terror in seconds. Gianluca dropped beside him, gripping his shoulder tightly. His voice cracked, raw with panic. Stay with me, brother. Don't do this." Piero's breaths were shallow, fading, his face pale, his pulse weak. For years, he had been the unshakable one, the powerhouse of Il Volo, the man who stood strong no matter how long the tour, how cold the city, how loud the applause. But behind the curtain, he was human, and his body had finally begged for rest. Hours later, the news broke. Il Volo's Piero Barone collapses backstage after concert. The world went silent. Fans were devastated. Social feeds overflowed. "Get well soon, Piero. We love you. Please take care of yourself. You've given us so much. Rest." In the hospital, everything felt heavier, quieter, more personal. Piero lay there, eyes closed, replaying the night in painful fragments. The applause, the adrenaline, the moment the world tilted. He remembered the last thing he said before collapsing. A whisper that now haunted him. Just a moment. As if he knew something was wrong. As if his body had been screaming long before he listened. When Gianluca and Ignazio visited the next day, they looked like they hadn't slept. "You scared us," Gianluca whispered, voice trembling despite his forced smile. Piero let out a weak laugh. "Guess that was my dramatic finale." Ignazio shook his head, tears gathering but refusing to fall. "You don't have to give everything every single night. We just need you, not perfection." Silence followed, the heavy kind that says what words can't. A silence only shared between brothers who've grown up together, failed together, risen together. During recovery, Piero thought about everything. The years of chasing perfection, the endless touring, the pressure to be flawless every night. He remembered singing in Sicily as a kid, when music was joy, not responsibility, not expectation, not weight. He realized he had forgotten the simplest truth. Music isn't about perfection, it's about connection. Weeks passed, strength returned slowly, confidence returned even slower. When Il Volo finally reunited on stage, it wasn't a grand event. No fireworks, no dramatic announcements, just a small theater, a piano, 3 microphones, 3 voices. The audience was close enough to see every emotion. Piero stepped forward, closed his eyes, and sang. Soft at first, trembling, then steady, powerful, free. The crowd didn't move. It felt sacred, like watching a soul return home. When the final note faded, Gianluca rested a hand on his shoulder. "Welcome back," he whispered. The applause that followed wasn't loud. It was heartfelt, like thousands of quiet, "We're with you." As they walked off stage, Piero murmured, "This time, I'll breathe." But the moment that fans can't stop crying over, the moment replayed millions of times online, was what he said just seconds before collapsing. A whisper caught on a backstage camera. "Never go to this playground, the one where you give everything except care for yourself." It wasn't about a real playground. It was a metaphor, a warning, a confession. The place where pressure replaces joy, where perfection replaces peace, where applause replaces rest. Fans cried because they understood, because they had been at that playground too, and because their hero, for the first time, let the world see him break and rise again.